How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of Jason's Realm here, and today my hair is a mess, and I'm here to bring you our Week 9 Power Rankings. This week had a lot of changes because, trade deadline passed, so teams got a lot better or worse depending on how they acted or inacted. But without further ado, we'll jump right into this. But first, I want to say if you're new around here, smash like, smash subscribe, ring the bell, all that fun stuff. It helps us out a whole lot, tells us we're doing something right. And we'll be releasing a public Discord server when we reach 200 subscribers. So you guys get something out of the deal too, besides regular football content in your inbox every day. But without further ado, we'll just jump right into number 10. And at number 10, we have the Seattle Seahawks. They're holding their position from last week. They didn't make any significant changes at the trade deadline, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They're in the lead in the NFC West by a full game over the Niners. And they're just playing some strong football. Really looking forward to seeing what they have going this week. Even though I'm a Rams fan, I can kind of stand the Seahawks fans. Can't stand Niners fans though. Screw them. But anyway, yeah, Seattle's doing what they need to do. And we'll jump over to number 9, where we have our largest faller from this week, the New York Giants, falling 5 spots to number 9. As they really have not been looking that good recently. They didn't really make any big changes this past week. They did trade Kadarius Toney to the Chiefs. Big loss for them. And even if we look back at what they did this last week, they lost to the Seahawks, so you can't really raise them after a loss. And they just couldn't get anything going. But I guess now we'll jump to number 9, where we have the New York Jets falling down by 2 spots. The Jets losing to the Patriots this last week, but not really doing anything at the trade deadline either. They made a couple of trades in the last couple weeks, but they didn't make a big splash at the deadline because they know that they have something good going forward. And we'll have yet to see what they can do this week. And up at number 7, we have our biggest riser, who wasn't even on the list last week, into number 7, the Miami Dolphins. Now, the Dolphins, yes, they only barely beat the Lions, but this rise is really driven by the fact that Tua's back, that offense has a strong potential, and not to mention that, they also added Bradley Chubb onto that defense, making it a scary unit, and we had to put him in the top 10 because of that. And I think the Bradley Chubb deal really made them better than either New York team or the Seahawks. Because the math would say that they were number 10, but I had to make that little adjustment. Up next at number 6, we have the Dallas Cowboys raising up 1 spot after cremating the Chicago Bears. Now, this could have been a raise of 2 positions, but you'll find out why when we get to number 5. But anyway, the Cowboys just dominated their opponents. Almost let the Bears back in it, though, before putting them away officially. And if they can keep the domination train moving, they'll be in a really good spot going forward, especially going towards the playoffs. All they got to do is just keep winning. And if you could hit 11 wins, win 5 of your next games, you'll be in the playoffs. I don't have a doubt about that. The wild card's probably going to come down between the Niners and the Rams, and the Niners are probably going to have it because they have the tiebreaker over the Rams because the Rams can never beat them in the regular season. That being said, let's just jump up to number 5. Now, like I said, you'll find out why the Cowboys only rose 1 spot as opposed to 2, because here's the Baltimore Ravens. Now, the Ravens making some strong additions this past week. Adding, what was the guy's name? It was Roquan Smith was added onto that defense. That makes a scary unit even scarier. And pair that with the fact that they didn't even play this week, did they? No, they did play this week. They beat the Buccaneers. Pair that with that, and the Ravens are really looking like a strong team to beat going forward. They are likely going to be the ones out of the AFC North. Hence why the Steelers traded Chase Claypool for the Bears' second rounder and not the Packers. but they ended up getting the Bears second rounder, not the Ravens, because the Ravens are just going to dominate. At number 4, we have the Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings raising up one spot after slipping past the Arizona Cardinals in a one-score affair. They did make another key addition, though. They added T.J. Hawkinson at the trade deadline. That brings a strong tight end to that team, and they're going to be even better. Kirk Cousins is going to have more weapons. They're going to win the NFC North. I mean, it's just pretty much predetermined at this point. Now, the top 3 remaining unchanged for how many weeks now? Since we started this in week 5? So week 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 weeks straight, it has been unchanged. At number 3, we have the Chiefs. Didn't play this week, but didn't do enough, or didn't do anything to hurt their value. So we could just breeze past them. Number 2, the Philadelphia Eagles, dominating the Steelers at home. And yeah, I mean, that's just about it. I mean, they've been doing really well. They've been making some additions. They made a big addition before last week's game, and I think it was Robert Quinn, if I'm not mistaken. Let me double check that here. And there we go. I believe it was Robert. Yep, it was Robert Quinn. So, yeah, they just made an even better addition before the game last week. So, that team is really looking scary. And at number 1, we got the Buffalo Bills. Barely escaping past the Packers. In my personal ones, I almost put the Bills in second because it was the Packers and they're not doing well this year. But either way, it wouldn't have made a difference. Everyone else had the Bills at number 1. And they're just the Bills. I mean, what else do I have to say? But yeah, like I said, that's about all we've got. I am going to do something a little different this week. Actually, I'm going to take a look here. I may or may not do something different. We'll see. I might just throw the power rankings in the description. Otherwise, you probably saw them earlier in the video. Not sure what I'm going to do. It comes down to what I decide in post. But I'll probably end up putting it somewhere over there at the beginning of the video, which you guys probably saw. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, smash like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. It helps us out a huge bit. Tells us that we're doing something right for a change. And I guess we'll just call that a video here. Ring the bell if you haven't. And comment. Do you guys agree, disagree with our power rankings? Who would you have in the top 10 that wasn't? Who do you think was a little too high? Let us know. We're always open to hearing what you guys have to say. And I guess that is going to be the end of this video. So we'll see you guys tomorrow with our predictions. And I'll see you then. Peace out and have a good one.